talk. All right, rates are down a good clip, and the market is up a good clip, likely because of that. And tech would be too. Yep, tech is up too. We'll have to see which way it trends from here, but that's where it's at going into the open right now. Did any of you hold charge point from yesterday? Any calls on charge point? Because that is way up. And also Futu is up from the close 5 points. So for every one of your contracts, especially if they were way in the money from 140, you're up half a grand per contract. Yeah, Riot's up a little bit, but not as much as Futu. Fuck Neo. Neo's in a pretty hardcore downtrend. You don't have to kick yourself about anything on that. Oh, you mean maybe not buying more Neo puts? All right, well, let's take a look at what's hot on the pre-market radar. So Riot is up in pre-market. That is true. And Mara just a little bit as well, but mostly Riot. And then Tesla is pushing 690, 688. Now let's see what we have if we have any gainers this morning. Actually, there's no 50% gainers or more. There is a 33%, a 29, a 24, and a 21. So let's take a look at them. SNOA. That's pretty good pre-market shape. It's below VWAP. See how that holds. What's the news? Sonoma Pharma stock is trading higher after distribution pact with EMC Pharma. Okay. UPC, that was hot a couple days ago or yesterday. I think 2 days ago. UPC, oh yeah, that's popped pretty good, and that looks great, as a matter of fact. So, and by the way, if you still have charge point, you're going to be having a really good morning. What's the breakout on Tesla? 720? No, I think it was 740. Let me double check. Good morning. Good morning, Elliot. Did I just send you an unmute message? You can ignore that. Why is it that? Okay, there we go. Tesla's breakout is, I think, 740, but let me check. If Tesla cannot get above yeah, I think you're right. 720. 720. You got it. So I guess you're looking at the chart, not just going by memory. Or well, maybe you are going by memory and you have a good memory. But yeah, 720. If Tesla can break over 720 and pretty much hold above 720 all day at any point, then that's a trend reversal. Let's see where that would be right now. 688. Well, we will see. We will see. Right now, it's in a short-term bearish formation chart. Yes. Okay, and then yeah, FT. That's next. take a look at FTFT. I'll put Futu over here, but if you guys have Futu contracts still from yesterday or charge point contracts from yesterday, wow, they're really up good. FTFT. Apps is up a couple points as well. FTFT with a huge pop and then hold. So what's that all about? That's kind of weird. Oh yeah, that's an acquisition. I was going to say that looks like a merger or an acquisition, but with Bitcoin, okay. So that's that on that one. That one's not going to run or anything. And then PFIN. Wow. Talk about a failure after a pop. So it started at 6, ran to 18, and then immediately came back down to 8, and it's hovered around there the whole time. Let's see. Yeah, that's all we know about that one. UAVS is up 19%. We'll take a look at that. Which weed stock? Weed stocks? Do you have one like ACB, or which one do you think? Just list a bunch. And then there's like an ETF too, right? Alpha, Tilray. All right, UAVS looks pretty good. How much volume is on that? Okay, it's not super hyped. Charge point in the 5th position. QuantumScape has news that Volkswagen approved a second $100 million investment. Chart looks similar as Tesla, as I see now. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. QuantumScape. Oh yeah, that looks like that could be a good all-day runner. Riot popping right now. Bitcoin is up to almost 60,000. It's 59,800. OGL, Sundial, ICG. Cool. Be nice if they were all in one like comma delimited list, but you can't ask for everything, I guess. BNTC, Funko, UTHR, Blank Ride. So those are all negligibly up. We'll see what happens once the market opens. We'll see what's trading strongly up or down on the day. Biggest decliners, EBON, TLS, and PRPH. Let's take a look at TLS. What's going on with that? Let's see. Oh, that's just an offering. Okay. Yeah, I think probably the same thing, right? EBON's offering. Yeah. Yeah. Shady stuff, man. I don't like that. Stay away from companies that do offerings. Go with companies that do buybacks. Correct, man. PRPH. Not sure what the news is on that, but that one's also down 10%. Yes, sir, Kelly. Very accurately said, sir. Trash like fucking SOS. Yes, sir. Yes. Well, we've got 16 minutes in the open. 16 minutes in the open, and And I know that, SPY is quite up. Tech is way up. The VIX hit in the 17s this morning. So on the one hand, we do love volatility because we want to see some movement on the market, and that's been like what's killing us lately. But on the other hand, with the VIX this low, it does make our swing trades more highly protected, which is wonderful. Until Biden screws something up with North Korea or something. Knock on wood. Knock on wood there. You guys know where the expression knock on wood came from? Without looking it up. I mean, that's like a pop quiz. If anybody knows, like, wow, that's cool if you happen to know. But I do happen to know. It comes from the Irish. And what they would do is they would make all their furniture from out of wood from the forest, from the woods. So they would chop the wood up, and they craft their tables. Their all the stuff in their home was made from wood from the woods. But they believed also that there were spirits that lived in the woods, banshees and stuff like that, and evil spirits, and that the kind of evil spirits that if they heard the kind of things that you talked about, they might go tell the other evil spirits to go do them. So really, when you knock on wood, you're supposed to not just like knock on wood like this, so that it's like as an expression, but the way the Irish do it is they slam the wood really hard to try to distract the evil spirits and make the evil spirits jump out of the wood so that they don't listen to what they just said and try to go act on that and make it happen. So that's where knock on wood comes from. 1001 useless, interesting factoids about life. Knock on wood is to try to get the evil spirits that may be in the wood to not hear what you just said and go act on it. Yes, green needle. Brainstorm. We'll never forget Green Needle, dude. That was great. How do you feel about Tesla? Yeah, that's just like a really difficult question to ask. Like today, for the week, for 2 months, for 5 years. I like the cars. Probably most questions that anybody asks as beginners on the market are about how can I make a ton of money in 1 hour? You know what I mean? It's always the get rich quick bullshit. Like you don't even have to work hard to make money on the stock market. That's just not how it works. It's a job like any other, and it requires an immense amount of skill. And you're going to lose money. Like whether or not you'll get it back, that remains to be seen about skill. But at one point, you will lose money. So just in case you didn't know, newsflash, at some point on the stock market, you're going to lose money, and it's going to be proportionate to how little you know. Well, inversely proportionate to how little you know. So all electric cars, yeah. So all electric vehicles seem to be up. Tesla, maybe that's why Tesla is up, and maybe that'll be what breaks the trend. But perhaps it'll still just go into a sideways trend. Yeah. Also, another thing that I think is really helpful to think about is a lot of people say like, don't risk money. Don't risk money you're not willing to lose. But that really doesn't help anyone figure anything out, because you might say, well, shit, if I can make $1 million with $10,000, I'm willing to lose it all. I think the better question to ask is, don't risk an amount of money that tomorrow, if you didn't have that anymore, you'd be okay with that. In other words, if you have 10,000 bucks and tomorrow you only have 5,000, is that cool? Like, are you cool with that? If you just like get up and leave, like, is that cool? And if it's not, then you're risking too much, you know? So I think that like when people say don't risk money you're not willing to lose, anyone will say like, well, shit. I mean, they don't have any idea about the upside reward. So they're like, well, god damn. I mean, I bet my entire everything that I have to try to make millions. But the fact is, you're likely not to make the millions, and you're likely to lose all that money. And so you really have to say to yourself, tomorrow, if I wake up with X amount, am I really okay with that? That's the better way to do it. Oh, you did? Yeah, no, you don't have to unmute, Elliot. It's fine. What did you just put up on VIP chat? Let's see. Apple have a feud with Tesla. Apple to use Tesla batteries at California solar farm to help power the company's corporate headquarters in Cupertino. Well, that's a good contract win, I guess. All right, QuantumScape is still inching up. That's looking good. And QuantumScape, we may it may run all day. It may dip and then present a dip buy, but probably be ready to get calls on QuantumScape today because that looks rather bullish. And we got to figure out what's going to be running. Scored on that from 0.053 entrance, sold at 0.063. Nice. Let's see here. Yeah. Let me refresh and see if anything else may have popped while we weren't looking. FTFT is the most active one, and yet it's the shittiest one. I don't even have it on my screen because it wasn't that great. Let me put it back up, I guess. Most actively traded, but it's an acquisition. So, the stock price is already adjusted to $8 approximately. It would be weird for it to run. It doesn't make any sense. UPC, second most active. And then, yeah, NEO is up 8%. Still bearish, though. NEO is at 42-ish. Yeah, that still doesn't break the recent pivot low, pivot high, the lower pivot high. US, well, we'll see. If it just starts to drop red, right out at the bat. People taking profits. We'll wait for a 5-minute candle to form a green 5-minute candle to break over the previous red 5-minute candle's high, and that'll be an entrance long for calls. But another thing that may happen is QuantumScape may just increase like it's been increasing, just running all day. It may run all day. In which case, again, calls would be the way to go. And if you trade with us often, you learn the technique of being able to hold all day or as long as possible using the pivot point price action trading techniques. Well, that's what they get you to do, Miana. They take you all the way down to the bottom. And then once they know, the market makers know when you're completely flushed out. And that's when they'll start bringing the price back up again. And they're literally there to shake off the fleas and the short-term traders. For today in the week, any plans on YVR and TCAT today? Well, I think YVR is eventually going to pop to 8, but I'm not sure when. So, you could plant seeds, basically, just like get a smaller position going. Where was I going to pull that? I was going to pull that up. YVR. Yeah, so like it's been at like $4 and kind of popping and sizzling for a little while. And I think it may pop to 8 eventually. JAGX. Let's see. Member says to look at JAGX. Yeah, JAGX looks like something we should watch as well. Much more than UAVS, but UAVS has a lot of volume. Let's put JAGX right up here. Everybody on TikTok and YouTube, there's a link in my bio. Feel free to click it. You can come join our group. And in there is a whole bunch of different resources from me under Chart Traders Awesome Links. So you have to come join our group to get those. And there's like, my most recommended books, my different indicators I use, lots of information there, as well as there's a whole bunch of stuff in the group itself. Makaria Lamar, how you doing? Do I think Fiverr will come back? You bought it at $290. I'm going to give you a real quick answer. It's in a downtrend. So like you'll be lucky. You'll be lucky if you get 240. Lucky. And after that, it's going to come back down and it's going to break 185 and it's going to start to go lower down to 147. So, that's a learning lesson. Like you needed to get out. It's just, that's one of the things that the first thing you need to master is when to exit. And you don't have that down. You got to keep working on that. You're not ready. You are not a Jedi yet. All right, you guys, on TikTok and YouTube, we're going to start our live trading in a minute here, a minute 30 seconds. So thank you very much. Click the link in my bio and come join the group. And I hope to see you over there. All right. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Oh, no, not end meeting. Hold on. I clicked